today's installation, we're going to show you the tools that you're going to need in order to do your job. So we've got our level. We want to make sure that we have our level in a square. You're going to have a tape measure. You want to make sure and wear your safety goggles at all times. We got an electric driver. We got 1/2-inch diameter stainless bolts with the matching nuts to match up with our stainless brackets that we're going to use. And we also have at Federal Brace, we have a new bearing plates that we've designed particularly for this bracket. We also got a ratchet. We got the hand ratchet, and we have a wrench. We also have the silicone or the adhesive, our main part with our stainless steel. We're using the Perrine today. Perrine is a countertop mounted bracket, and we'll explain that later. Hello, my name is Scott Toal. I'm with Federal Brace, and this is Broc Siefert. He's sales manager for Federal Brace. Going to be showing you today how to install the countertop mount bracket.
They're made out of stainless steel, the number 4 brush finish, which is similar to all the other stainless steel you find in the normal kitchen today. We also make them out of steel. Now, there's some other things I'd like to point out about these brackets, and it's applicable to all of our brackets. For example, you'll see that our flanges are keyed in and then back welded. Same on the bottom. The reason for this is, once you look at the top, there are no weld marks at all. They're just as clean as can be. The other thing is that a lot of these brackets are used to mount glass tops. Because of that, once we're told, or we have a version that says for glass, we go in and we fill and grind this top plate so it's perfectly smooth, just like this.
Today's application, we're going through granite. So we're using a bolt because we won't have any wood to tie into. You'll see that when you put that flathead in there, you got a nice flat surface, and that's what we want to get to. This will go through your granite and then tie into a nut, and we have some bearing plates that we showed you earlier. From our guidelines at Federal Brace. What's the maximum span in between brackets that we suggest in this?
The maximum span on these brackets is 30 inches.
No more than 30 inches across, and if you're going to mount a elevated shelf on top or a bar on top of this bracket, what's the maximum width that you can do on that?
Well, on a 10-inch top flange like this one, the biggest bar top we can put on it is 18 inches. That way you have 4 inches hanging off the front side, 4 inches hanging off the back side. Because our guidance is that you have no more than 4 inches unsupported. We've got 3 different sizes in this line of brackets. So we've got a 6-inch that brings it up to approximately 42 inches high, which is a normal bar top height. We have an 8-inch and we have a 10-inch. The 10-inch is typically more for commercial applications. Let's say the bar separating the kitchen from the serving staff, where the cooks come out, the chefs come out and put the plates on top of the thing, and then the waiters and waitresses take them and go away.
How about a reception area?
That would also.
Like a reception desk?
That's where a lot of the 8 inches ones would go into.
Great.
Where it's just high enough that you can't get really comfortable leaning on it, but it's low enough to where somebody working behind the counter can interact with a customer.
We've made a small island. It's made out of stud walls here, and in this application we have the granite flush with our support structure. If this were an instance where we actually had an overhang, an extension out from the island, would we suggest ever putting any type of elevated counter on top of that?
Absolutely not. It's enough that that there's brackets. We put really, really strong brackets under those overhangs, but all you're doing is adding to the situation when you start adding even more weight on top of that.
Right.
No. Always put it back inside of the structure, inside the framework, whatever that framework might be, whether it be a cabinet or a purpose-built island.
So the holes that are fabricated into your granite that these will mount into should be always behind the outside support wall.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So that's some guidelines for the use of the countertop mounted bracket. So what we have here, Broc, for our installation, we've got our brackets. We've got our two bolts here, we've got our nuts, and we've got a circular and a square bearing plate. You can get these from Federal Brace, federalbrace.com. We're going to have them up there. We're going to mount these. So, Brock, if you'll position that. Now, Brock, you're insistent upon making sure that your fabricator fabricates that hole. Is that correct?
Oh, that's right.
All right. And so right now I'm just loosely fastening on the nut here. Notice I got the bearing plate up underneath the countertop base. And this is a good point to explain this. You'll want to make sure that your bolt that you use is long enough to extend through your countertop and also through this bearing plate and extend down in there to give you enough bite for your bolt. If there's anything that might impede this bolt from going in there, any type of drawer, anything that is framework oriented, you'll want to take that into consideration on the length of your bolt as well. So I'm just gonna put on a wrench on here, and Brock is gonna run his screwdriver. We're just gonna tighten that down a bit. You might use some adhesive up underneath your bracket. If you do use adhesive on your bracket, you'll want to know that you probably aren't going to get the bracket off of the countertop ever. So just fastening in there, making it nice and tight, should give you a good enough hold on it that it's good and secure. So we insert that into the hole. Same procedure. Keep on going. You could take some silicone. Put your silicone on top here. So this is a glass shelf. We made this at Slumpy's, slumpys.com. Slumpy sells fusible art glass, and we used an amber and clear glass for a man cave. You have your mug here.
Right.
You have your stein here.
That's
it. We're here for you. We want to do business with you. So let us know how we can help. Again, thank you for your time, and come back and see us.
www.federalbrace.com. That's it. Thank you.